So the barge you're on is little more than planks of wood and metal that have been chained together along with some basically floatable devices, cans, drums, etc., and fashioned into a simple sort of raft. It does have a motor on the back of it though, and a single man working the keel as you make your way through, but even the motor doesn't really give it a substantial amount of speed. It just sort of runs you along the water at a probably not much faster than a walking pace, which is probably good because it's very dark down here. There's men at the front sort of shining stab lights into the mist down here, looking for any sort of debris or things that could potentially the boat could run into, or any sort of creatures beneath the surface that might cause a hassle for you. And pretty much, except for maybe about sort of 30 feet around in each direction of black water, everything here is pitch black. You can sort of see light far above that appears to be whatever lights are cast by the underside of the hive, but you're pretty much in just a gigantic dank cave in the underhive. Every now and again the barge passes by what looks like mostly submerged structures, so mostly metal, horrifically rusted and covered in oily residue from their exposure to the sump. A lot of them have also been picked clean by scavengers, so few of the buildings are a little more than sort of skeletal structures sticking out of the oil of the sump, and where all the panelling and electronics have been ripped free by scavengers. Every now and again as well, you'll pass the remains of the floating remains of another barge that appears to have been obliterated in some sort of crash or other nefarious doings. According to the guys on the boat, based upon where they believe Thane's hideout is, they reckon it's about a 4-hour total ride at this pace. So is there anything anyone wants to do while you're on the barge?
Well, you know what will help with this darkness? Chants to the Emperor.
As Brother Lucius is chanting, at the end of his first chant, I turn on my glow globe.
Emperor provides.
Some of you are still injured from your earlier conflicts. Is anyone Medicaid trained that can maybe try to help people out, cover some wounds?
Nope.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So,
Well, I'm not trained in Medicaid. How hard can it be?
I'll tell you what. For the sake of this, I'm going to say that one of the guys that's here with Wannis Crimson is, the sort of the quote-unquote first aid officer for the Red Walk gang. These guys, sort of favour knives in combat, so he's got a lot of scalpels. So,
do you mean butcher?
Sorry?
They're butcher?
That's it. So, anybody who would like to submit themselves to his 10 administrations, I'm happy to make a roll for them.
I don't know how injured I am.
Your description does not fill me with confidence.
So I'll let you know. So Lucius is currently on... you have 7 of 14 wounds remaining. Goro has 5 of 11 wounds remaining. Lars has 8 of 12 wounds remaining, and Demetria is undamaged.
Yeah, I'll submit myself to a little bit of first aid.
No worries.
Hot brands to close that wound.
Okay,
Oh dear.
It's a fail on Lucius.
A lot.
By a lot. Yep.
Can I use a fate point to heal myself?
Oh yes, you can. It's
And I'm assuming our fate points are back to full again.
yeah, sure. I will reset your fate points to full.
1d5, yeah?
That's correct.
4.
Okay, so
Nice.
I'll tip you up to 9 then.
Okay.
Yeah. So seeing like this guy prod around in Mike's open, or Brother Lucius's open wound, Kangoro magically uses his mental fortitude to heal himself. I feel much better.
That's it. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
I'm certainly not filled with confidence when he says, "What the hell is that?" And I say, "It's a leg."
just so you know, the way, if I'm a bit slow with the rules today, it's because I'm referring to a PDF because I picked my Dark Heresy book off the shelf today and it disintegrated. The spine finally went. So.
Yep, I found that with my copy as well. It's
Yeah, the first batch I know had that. But that's,
It's endemic.
yeah, that's it.
sad. Anyway,
Okay.
yep, I'll let my stuff get prodded around on.
Very excellent.
Yeesh.
Oh, ow,
Wow.
ow,
Guy
ow,
is not
stop,
a good doctor.
stop, just stop.
Okay.
Clean your wound with the sump water.
So just put your fate points back to full as well. There we go. Alright, and Demetrius fate points as well. Already full. Okay, so the guys here, there's a certain apprehension among the Red Walk gangers here. I mean, even though these guys are pretty much a aggressive combat gang, they still have a healthy respect for Varu and his followers, at least. More of a fear. They certainly recognise the fact that he is leading a cult down here, and yeah, they find that to be, even though I wouldn't exactly call them emperor-fearing citizens of the Imperium, they still know bad juju when they see it as well. So they're pretty much happy to normally deal with in-betweeners when it comes to delivering bodies. Let's just see. I think that if it hasn't already been stated, they do identify the name of the cult as the Blessed Flesh.
I remember that.
So you do remember that, is that right?
Yeah, I think I remember it.
Okay. So it's been a
I'm
while.
gonna take a stab and say we already tried to roll for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess because I'm so good at rolling perception, is there anything like particularly, like anything skittering along that is large enough to sort of pose a threat, or are we gonna pass by unmolested?
Give me a perception roll. See how you go.
Okie dokie. Nah.
No, the water, if you can call it that, is just basically foul and black.
I can't distinguish one type of skittering from another.
No. But occasionally other sounds echo through the chamber as well. So, and look, everything you say carries because of the sheer volume of the area you're in as well. So it would be hard to be stealthy if there's anyone hiding even a few, like 30 feet ahead of you, being snuck up on. After about an hour of this sort of constant travel through the waters, which, I mean, people sort of were apprehensive when they left, but they've sort of calmed down a bit now because they've settled into a rhythm of just doing what they do. Something sort of knocks the bottom of the barge, like maybe you skidded over something shallow, but sort of everyone sort of jumps at the sudden motion as such, and quickly weapons are in hands, and those few people carrying guns are sort of pouring them into the water.
Yeah,
On the
it's clear
outside.
what we have to do. Chant louder.
We should have bought a bigger boat.
That's smart to say it. So, Mike, are you raising the level of your chanting?
Yes.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, I'm moving to the center of the boat.
Yep.
Coward.
Yeah, something sort of organic sounds out. Like a sound which is not just water and or echo. Something out there is making some sort of noise, and as it sort of continues to come, it sort of seems to be sort of circling the barge out of sight.
Oh, balls. Okay, do I have a
Perception?
grenade?
What was that? Sorry, from Sam.
Can we roll perception?
Certainly you can. Or awareness. Skill awareness.
Where is it?
Should be on your sheet. Should be on skills.
Modifier?
Yeah, I'll give you a +10 since this thing is now. Normally it would be a 0 because of the darkness, but you're actually looking for it and it's getting closer.
So I just type 10.
Yep.
My photo
Ooh.
contacts
Yep.
plus something, or no, not needed.
Yeah, I'll make an extra plus 10 as well.
So plus 20 for myself.
Yep.
So guys, I've only got hallucinogenic grenades. I don't have any frags. I don't know if this is going to help.
Just send them on a trip.
I mean, I've got flash grenades as well, but again,
You make a roll there, Chris, or are you still setting up?
Yeah, no, sorry. I've got it in a second window and it appears that it doesn't like it when it's in the second. Oh, there we go.
Okay, how
Alright,
many
so-
character is that for you?
3.
Okay. So Sam, you can make out, as you sort of look out over the black water in the distance, what looks like a couple of sort of maybe 1 foot thick white sort of snake-like things that are skimming across the water surface, like in and out of the water. With your extra degrees of success, Lars, you actually realise looking out there that there's a section under the water which is sort of keeping pace with you. So there's actually something substantially larger under the water, of which the sort of snake-like objects are just a part of. They're not the actual creature itself. It is probably easily the size of a bus.
On par or bigger than our own vessel?
Oh, much bigger, yes.
Much bigger than our own vessel. So, Jurassic Park theme, I'm like, must go faster. Okay, so I'm gonna point this out. I'm like, I feel we have a greater issue, and point over in the direction that that I see the greater creature, and I'm like, is there any way to make this go any faster? Make our vessels go any faster?
Yeah, the guy running the tiller and the engine at the back sort of looks at you and sort of points at this rusted piece of junk that is running this thing as it indicates, like, if you want to have a go, you're more than welcome to try.
None of us have. None of us have.
Tech use.
I do. I'm gonna have a go. Should I
My
have a go?
chants are useless. I only know the correct chants. I don't know these sort of chants.
Alright, I'm gonna have a quick go, and hopefully I don't screw us all.
Can I look around to see, like, maybe if there's something around us in the environment that might assist us?
Do I get a plus or a minus or anything?
Yeah, I'll give you a plus 10. And Chris, give me a plus 10 awareness test to look for something useful.
Oh, son of a gun.
Demetri is just going to draw weapons and weight.
Yep.
Because, hey,
Pretty much everyone around you is drawing weapons as well, including like the guy on the tiller.
we're doomed.
Nice.
Okay, so Chris, Lars spots looking up. Although it's quite dark above, there are sort of bits of the hive that do hang down every now and again, sort of within sight that you pass under. So usually it's sort of rocky protrusions, almost like stalactites or bits of sort of rusty metal. So it would be possible that if you wanted to sort of lose something, that you could potentially drop pieces of the ceiling in order to, slow it down.
Oh yeah, if we shot up some dangling
sounds safe.
static kites or mites, it could fall down and irritate said creature.
Static tides come from the ceiling. Static mites come
There you
from
go.
the floor.
To hold
Or
on
it could
tight.
come down and crush us completely.
Yeah, well, just shoot better. Does it look like something that, say, perhaps a plasma pistol might be able to have the range
definitely.
to...
Yeah, plasma pistol would do a very good job of like freeing up some of these heavier objects.
Rightio, so I'm going to...
A large body suddenly sort of crests the water nearby and sort of lets out a heavy sort of noise of anger as such, as it sort of starts to move towards the boat.
Rightio, so I'm going to yell out, Lucius, the beam above it, the beam above it! I'm going to point towards something hanging over the creature.
Okay. Lucius, being absolutely not a crack shot, will take a single shot.
Oh, great.
You get a plus 10.
Remember to put it on maximal.
Sure, why not?
Nothing goes wrong. It's never gone off that setting.
Well, I missed.
Ooh.
What a shock.
You don't set fire to yourself. Right, like the bright report of the plasma pistol is actually quite blinding for a moment as this sort of ball of blue plasma energy emits from this weapon. Everyone sort of like has to sort of, all you see is like the spot in your eyes first off of the plasma blast. It hits something up above, and you know parts of the roof sort of drop, cascade down into the water, not near the creature or near you. But it certainly agitates the water surface, and this creature now seems to be moving with more purpose towards the vessel.
Nah.
Can I try a shot?
At the roof?
Yep.
Yeah, no worries. What weapon have you got? You've got your las pistols, don't you?
Yes.
Okay, no worries.
Any modifier?
Yeah, plus 10. Okay, the last shot goes wild. Yeah, if it hits something far away that doesn't. It seems to have no impact on the creature in any case. Yeah, let's just see. As a sort of those of you that are sort of watching the underwater form, see it sort of dip down out of sight and pull its tentacles with it as it disappears underneath the barge. And then suddenly 4 tentacles burst out of the water and sort of rear up to about 20 feet above you and start sort of waving around as though feeling for objects for it to grab onto on or near the barge.
Can I shoot it with my las gun?
Yes, you may. One of the tentacles?
Yes,
Yep, no worries.
I do that. Do I get a...
Yeah, it's basically it's so big it's pretty much unmissable. So give me a damage roll.
Well, oh, okay. I was going to say, you say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When a GM says that, it's like it's pretty much giving you that like there is no shooting your way out of this problem. So
Yeah, right.
shoot as much as you like.
Okay, I will. Come on, Emperor's Fury, or whatever it's called. Dang. Las gun is 1d10 plus 3.
Yes, for a las gun, yes. 11. Okay. You hit the tentacle, and you actually the last shot does pierce through its hard. It's sort of got like a chitinous surface, and you manage to hit one of the sort of plates, or in between the plates, and like a sort of black oozy pus sort of sprays from the wound. The tentacle like recoils slightly, so whatever it is, you certainly don't harm, but not enough to sort of distract it or drive it away. Anyone else can take an attack at any of the tentacles prior to it sort of taking swipes at the boat. It's not really initiative, it's just basically a player's NPC and player's NPC.
I found its weakness. Shoot it with a gun.
Who would have thought? Okay, I'll flick up to maximal and take a shot.
No worries, okay. You can't miss.
Oh, please don't
Can't miss.
explode.
give me a damage roll. Actually,
Okay.
sorry, just do roll an attack roll to see that you don't roll 98 or above.
Okay.
You can do it, Mike. I believe in you. Are you kidding?
100.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
Oh Jesus! Where are you situated on the boat? Far away from me?
I'm going to use a fate point
Would you
at
like
that
to fate point
stage.
that? Yeah,
Oh,
that's a good idea, yeah.
Oh,
Your arm is incinerated. Oh my god.
Okay, yeah.
Hey,
much
okay.
better. Okay.
Okay. I'll give you the maximal damage, please.
Okay.
A lot.
That's only with 1d10. Right now.
Plasma pistol is 1d10 plus 6.
Yeah. So plus that. So 19.
19 means 6. Okay, so the tentacle you shoot, were you shooting the same one that Goro hit, or a different one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll
The tentacle
one.
basically explodes at the point that you hit it, and sort of showering the side of the deck you're listening with a sort of bluey black pus. Something beneath you, even through the water, you can hear its sort of scream of pain, and the other tentacles sort of recoil. Like the one that's basically like sliced off by the plasma shot gets pulled back into the water, leaving only 3. It certainly seems to have both annoyed and probably frightened the creature somewhat. But a moment later, it sort of starts to take swipes at the boat. So, as it's coming in, did anyone else want to take a shot at it?
Yes, I will take a crack.
No worries.
Come on, Sam. You too.
Yeah, I shall do it.
Shoot the one that looks like it's about to swipe us. How many tentacles are there?
3 at the moment.
Drawn my sword. She'll shoot my las pistol.
Yes, you don't need to roll a hit, Sam, with your last pistol. You automatically hit. So just give me a damage roll. 1d10 plus 2.
Oh, wait. I have to do that.
Yep.
So is Lars saying, drive me closer, I want to hit them with my sword?
Because
It's
swinging,
100%.
You may attack with your melee weapons as well.
It's that close enough at this point.
Well, it's
got
'cause
it.
you're attacking while it's swinging in at the boat, so it's taking swipes with the boat.
Very well, then I should roll a damage roll on my sword.
Okay, so Sam did 11 damage to it. So once again, the shot pierces through the armor of the same tentacle that Goro hit. Once again, doing some damage to it. So with your sword, have you got any penetration on your sword at all?
Pen 4, sir.
10-4, okay. To the same limb?
Yes, most
Okay.
definitely. We're working in concert.
Okay, so that limb is not horribly injured, but it seems injured enough that the creature decides to recoil it back underneath the water, leaving only the 2 limbs. So they now swing at the boat, and let's do attack. So 1d5, so it'll be 4 minus 2, so it's going to take 2 PCs. So those PCs will be Goro and Lucius.
So the people who, like, blew up one of its faces.
That's it. So would you please both make a minus 10 dodge roll?
Like a ninja.
See you in your heavy chain armor flipping over this tentacle as it runs across the deck.
Me, not so much.
Okay, no worries. You happy with that result?
Sure.
Okay, no worries.
I guess I'll find out in a minute.
I doubt he's happy with it, but
Okay, so that will be 10 damage to your torso with no penetration.
Dang. Okay.
Ouch.
That's pretty much it. You realise that the tentacles have barbs that extend as it swings across the deck.
Ow. Alright, cool. I've got 4 reduction on my torso.
Okay, cool. So that will be damage of 6.
Yeah.
Takes you down to...
Like 3 points.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, and give me just a straight agility roll, no modifier.
Oh dear.
Okay, so you fail, but not by more than a certain degree of failure. So you are just knocked off your feet to the deck. But at the same time, like 2 of the gangers are like knocked into the water, and tentacles are sort of grabbing at them, dragging them beneath the water surface. Okay, so you may have another round of attacks before the tentacles attack again if you like.
How many tentacles out of the water?
2 at the moment, both which are unharmed.
Okay. Let's shoot it.
How are we moving along? What sort of in the direction we want to be going? Can we see a shoreline yet?
No, you can't, because you've been going for about an hour and you're told it was for 4 hours.
Yeah. Right.
Dang.
Yeah. All right. I shall shoot again. I shall strike again with
That
my
was
sword.
Sorry.
I'll hack it with a sword as well.
No worries.
Oh, that needs my strength bonus behind it, doesn't it? Foolish boy.
I think I'm going to take
I'll do an attack with
Deadly.
Crimson as well. Damage for him.
Wow, 13. with 4 pen.
Okay, 30 with 4 pen. Okay, so that is enough to basically drive another tentacle beneath the water again, badly injured. Not blown apart like was with the plasma pistol, but certainly.
A decisive strike.
Yeah.
Alright,
Vornas also manages to deal some significant, with his bolt pistol, significant damage to it as well while the other guy's hacking at it. So, and Mike, you just. That's with it. What's your pen and your weapon, Mike?
0.
Okay. So it'll be 2 points past the armor. Okay, that's actually enough. So you drive the last tentacle off, and the creature sort of, you know, having grabbed 2 gangers, seems to be happy with his meal and starts to disappear back beneath the water surface again.
We should have just, thrown them out of the barge anyway.
Yeah, well,
That would make it easier.
just feed it gangers until it goes away.
Yes.
I like the way you think.
Just cut them and throw them in the water so they thrash nicely.
So yeah, the one of the guys in the boat sort of turns to the tiller guy and says, like, I thought I told you to avoid albino beasts. And he sort of,
So we are avoiding them.
no,
right.
not that to you. He's pointing to the guy, saying that to the guy who's driving the boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So after an apology, the journey resumes. Boris the Butcher offers to see to your recently dealt wounds there, Goro, too.
Sure, I mean, you can't be any worse than the tentacle beast.
Of course he can.
Famous last words.
Alright, no, he isn't able to provide you any further aid.
He's not a doctor, is he? He's just some dude.
It's a butcher.
He's a butcher.
No, he's a taxidermist.
Alright. Well, I might try and use a fate point.
Yep. That's what they're there for.
Dang. Oh well. I'm a hale and healthy 4 hit points.
Alright, just on fate 3. Okay. So aside from the fact that everybody's now completely on edge and watching the water all the time, the remaining few hours of the journey go relatively smoothly. There's occasional odd noises, but that starts to sort of decrease into distant echoes in the future. So here at Photo Devices, that was Lars, wasn't it?
Not me.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Sorry.
Yep. So, because you can see a bit further in the darkness up ahead, you notice that there is a structure of some kind in the distance. It appears to be, like the rest of these things here, another source of another one of these basically what do you call, like a old piece of an old building from prior to the large construction. It looks substantial, whatever it is. So it raises out of the water a significant distance, basically, and it's probably about 3 levels above the water, and it's sort of been established as a sort of fort almost. You can't really divine what the structure's original intent was, but it looks like maybe some sort of factory, you're guessing. And now just quickly, I just noticed looking at my audio thing here, it's telling me I've only got 1 connected player, so it must have dropped off. So are people just able to close that other window down and try reopening with that same
Same link.
Yeah, sorry.
Can you
Yeah,
read
it says
the
one
link?
says lost connection.
Oh no, it's okay. I found it.
Oh.
I was wondering why all the extra monster sounds was weren't coming through.
Okay.
There we go. Someone's back on again now.
Can you play the extra monster sounds now?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so as I said, Lars, you can see the structure up ahead now. You can also see that there are figures moving about on the walls of this structure. At this distance, give me a awareness roll +10.
Taking into account the bonus from the goggles.
Yeah, that is taking into account the bonus.
Yep.
The bonus is effectively removing the darkness penalty.
Ah,
Okay.
no.
So yeah, all you can tell is there's people on this structure moving around.
Not a problem. Rightio, so I'm going to move over to the guy on the tiller and get him to tell him to slow down, and then I'm going to grab the group together and let them know and convey this information as we take a plan of attack.
All right. Well, he cuts the engine, so you're just basically drifting under your own momentum towards it at the moment.
Yep.
And when you get the group together, Crimson comes over as well to sort of see what the plan is.
Oh, do you want me to stop chanting?
Yeah, that'd be great. Inside head voice. Rightio, so there appears to be a building up ahead, and there appears to be some people moving in a guard-like fashion on the building. It's roughly 3 stories high, and it appears to be it seems to be very structurally sound. So, what is this the building?
People?
Is this what we're supposed to be looking for? I say to Crimson.
Yeah, that's right. This is the structure we were looking for.
Alright, so what's our plan?
Well,
We
okay.
don't have one.
Yeah, we really do.
Are they patrolling? Or are they shambling? Are they?
They appear to be moving with some purpose.
Okay.
It's too far out for me to tell how purposeful they are.
Crimson says, so the question seems to be: is this an all-out assault, or are we going to try and sneak onto this platform?
I vote sneaking.
I say
it's,
sneaking.
It's much easier to sneak and then assault than the other way round.
Yeah, I think we'll start
Yep.
with a sneak, and then when things go pear-shaped, which they will, then we'll go
What are these pairs you speak of? You keep discussing them.
Okay. When it
I
goes
do a noble.
twin fruit shaped, then we'll know.
Woman bearing hip shape.
So where do you want me and my men?
Well, let's.
In front of us, soaking up bullets.
Oh God.
Stop it.
Receiving the Emperor's blessing. So can we move? So does that building appear to be like in the water by itself, or is it like on the edge of of some sort of like hard ground?
No, it is literally an island in the sump, basically. So you mentioned that effectively there would have been. So you're talking about where you're at right now is the area that would have been before the hive. So the areas that would have been set up for construction of the hive, and the hive water has flown down onto this area now as well, and so most of the underground chamber is now flooded. So this is basically the top of a building that probably goes down significantly far beneath the water as well.
If I look up, and we saw before that there was the hive above our heads, I think for a foolish second that perhaps we could somehow get up into the gantry above us and climb our way across. Then I remember how woeful we all are at climbing. Except for myself, who has a drop harness. So...
Sorry, just a second, James. Can you re-give me a new link? It keeps telling me I need a new link for the audio.
I've shut it down because it was just kept dropping off. So I've gone back to the audio through Roll20.
Okay.
So I don't think that's an option either. But perhaps we can move around this building and find a more advantageous route to approach it from.
I don't know. I think climbing it might help.
I'm kind of in favor of climbing it as well.
Or like climbing somewhere nearby and then climbing across to it and dropping down.
Dropping down?
Wait,
It sounds a lot more dangerous than just climbing it.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about climbing something away from the building and then using the the sort of gantry that is the ceiling that's currently over our heads to make an approach from that angle.
How high up is that compared to the roof? Like, how much of a drop?
Hundreds of meters.
That is a bad idea.
I rescind my idea. Okay, so can we move around it to see if there is a more like and study the building and see if there's more advantageous way to approach this building?
Is there a skylight?
Well, I'm thinking more just like if it's like a tower in the water, then maybe there will be a particular side that might be damaged or cave in that appears to have less guards looking out or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, there are certainly places that you can bring the barge up to the side without power. That it's going to be very hard for the guards at the top to see, because it looks like the building's on a slight angle, so not all of the parapet walls are the same height. And in some places, there's some block sight lines. It wasn't made to be defended. It's just there. They've just set up as best they can. So.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's have we'll through the knowledge of what I've seen, and perhaps maybe we continue under power and paddles, move our way around the building, and we can find a avenue to approach from that's going to be give us the least amount of climbing and the most likely to
on the other side of the building. Because I have a monotask servo skull which can scream things out and chant on the other side of the building.
Could you just humour me and disable the giant loudspeaker on it?
Yeah.
And I want you to have it accidentally set off Chance of the Faith.
No, I'm just saying, do you want me to set it off on the other side of the building so they all go over that way?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, okay. I thought it was going to send back footage to us, but it doesn't do that, does it?
No.
No.
It just goes there and sings.
Well, I mean, perhaps if it all goes pear-shaped, again, we can set that off as a distraction.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's work out which way we're going to advance against this. So, have we found an avenue that looks good?
Yes, you have. Yep.
Excellent. Let's move in that direction then, because I'm telling you right now, I'm not swimming.
Okay.
I'm not swimming.
Are we all moving as one big clump, or is there?
Well, there's only one barge, so I guess we could break ourselves up a bit on the barge, but that's about it.
Yeah, nah.
All right, so the barge sort of hits something under the water, about maybe sort of 1.5 meters from the edge of the platform. So you're able to sort of jump across silently without attracting attention. Crimson sort of indicates, and he's down to pretty much using hand gestures and whispered signs here that, at the first sign of trouble, he and his men will come on to the platform and start helping. But as long as you want to keep it stealthy, he's happy to keep it stealthy.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
I think keep it stealthy.
Everybody, give me a awareness test, just at +0.
Additional for the
Water shock.
goggles?
No, only, it's a hearing base, so if you enhance hearing.
Nope.
I'm seriously gonna
Ooh, winner, chicken dinner.
Oh, so close.
Okay, so Lars can make out a sound, and it's more the echo of a sound that seems to be coming from within the structure of chanting, a single individual chanting.
Can I make out any of the words from this distance, or with my successes? No?
Only I'll tell you that they're not in language you're familiar with. They're not High or Low Gothic.
Okay. Rightio. So do I feel like it's the crescendo I've said, or still building up?
Give me. You've got Forbidden Law of the Warp.
I certainly do.
Give that a roll at +10.
Okay. Well, that doesn't seem too bad.
Yep, I think that's fine for you. So it feels like, just listening to the way it's intoned, that it's a summoning ritual, and it is still far from over.
Right.
Okay, I convey this information. It appears. So it sounds like whoever's inside is expecting some more visitors from the other side. I think we should move with some purpose.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do that then.
Yeah. Let's sneak up the side.
Okay. So give me your sneaking test. I'm going to give you a +20 because it's dark. There's other noises going on.
Yeah. No.
Oh, what do you know? Did I do it?
Alright,
Yes, I did it!
So is everybody stealthing? My apologies.
Yes. About +20.
You remember your rule? Don't make people roll.
What is it?
When you want them to succeed.
Yeah,
I didn't say that. Where did I say that?
Multiple episodes.
No, I didn't say I wanted you to succeed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, found it.
Well, does that mean to you too?
Yeah. Hang on.
Hang on, am I the only one who's sneakily climbing up?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Whoa, hang on.
Well, we're all trying to sneakily climb up.
That's
We're all
fine
failing.
For Demetria. Oh, they're not trained in stealth, maybe though.
Yeah. None of us
None
are trained in stealth.
None of us are trained in stealth.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Super not. You're taking the two things that you saw that we you didn't have.
Well, they said, do you want an all-out assault or do you want to stealth it in? And you said, let's stealth it in.
Yeah. Well, I never said we were any good at it. I failed.
Okay, no worries.
Alright, just me.
Yep, cool. So make a quick test. So, Goran, you're able to sort of, with your stealth roll, you're able to get a bit ahead of the others and get a better look around the place. So, this appears to be the top of some sort of factory, maybe. You can sort of see that there's a number of wires have been set up here to generators that are running down into a sort of what would have been a sort of manhole in the roof that's now basically a trapdoor in the middle of the structure. There are cultists moving about here. A lot of them, so that when I say cultists, it's pretty obvious. They wear pretty much robes or cloaks, and a lot of them bear pox marks on their skin that they don't seem to be hiding or trying to cover up or heal in any way, shape or form as well. And there is a sort of a general sense of foreboding and death about this place as well. All up out here, you count about 15 guys. They're more intent with watching the outside than the inn because I guess they figure they could spot anybody that approached from the water, even though they didn't. Most of the guys are armed with auto guns, and you do notice they've also set up like a couple of heavy stubber turrets that face out towards the water on a couple of the walls as well.
Okay. Does it look like there are any hipster-esque kind of forms among them?
Esh.
What there is a few gurneys about on the ground here, some of which still have bodies on them, but it looks like every now and again, like another couple of cults will come out and pick up the next body and take it inside as well.
And roughly how many of these cultists are there?
About 15, you can see here.
15, hey? Interesting.
But now you've got to be close, you can hear the chanting as well coming from inside.
Okay. Well, I mean, does it look like there's a place where they're all is like one guy is chanting, isn't it?
Yes, it's one single voice.
Can I see that voice?
No, you can't. It's coming from the trapdoor in the floor in the middle.
Is the trapdoor open?
Yes, it is. It's got wires leading into it, and guys occasionally come up and get another body and take it in there.
Interesting. All right. Well, how much do the guys look like they've noticed anybody scrambling up the side of the?
No, the others, because they failed the roll, I'm happy to say that I didn't get a fantastic awareness roll, so they've just realised they're not still being had to hang back a bit. They only need to get closer and gather more intel.
Okay. Well, I'll hang about. Yeah, I think I'll hang about until the others get there, and then I can discuss what we're gonna do.
Well, it's more a case of they're not going to get there with their stealth rolls. They've realised that if they keep going, they're going to make too much noise.
Oh, okay. Shit. Okay.
So you can
up to you, bro.
You can go back if you want to have a conversation about this.
Well, look, I have a couple of different grenades. I've got like a blind grenade, and a smoke grenade, and a hallucinogen grenade, and that's about all I can do. Like, I'm a terrible, terrible shot. So, I
Come
guess.
back down and tell us.
Alright, I'll come back down and tell you that I'm a terrible shot. Alright,
Okay, so you can go back to the others.
I slide down, put my hands in the air, and say "we."
Are in trouble.
Okay. So I tell them that yeah, there's a good dozen plus people. There's heavy weaponry. There's creepy stuff going on, and it looks like there's a basement full of what I'm sure is just wonderful, wonderful
Happy.
things. Yeah, happy things.
How many of these heavy stubbers do they have?
4 total.
Okay. Can any of them see where we are at the moment?
No. They're sort of more set up to shoot further into the water. You guys are like right at the base of one of the walls, so it would be very hard to get that to bring to bear on you.
Okay, so... And they can't pivot them around to shoot us if we come into the base?
Well, the main problem is that to turn them all the way around, they have to be on the other side of the wall to use it, and the wall has a drop off. So they'd have to unmount it basically.
And that'd take time.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
These guys are not tactical geniuses; they're cultists.
Okay. I reckon we just charge up and just hack them all to pieces.
Yep,
Shall we
I agree.
Shall we still do the diversion and at least try and stealthily advance until the last minute to give them some sort of surprise and cover?
Yeah, I can do that.
Sweet.
Can we
let's
do that? Can we do that and like run them into some sort of hallucinogen grenade?
You and your hallucination.
What is my range of my telekinesis?
That's a good question.
I do have it here, hang on. I feel like it's like 10 or 15 meters
It's going to
maybe.
be
or
PR
something.
times something.
Yeah, PR, so
Okay.
2 times by 5 maybe?
Which power is it? Sorry, telekinesis is the school. Which
Control?
control?
Control is the first one.
Okay, so range is 10 meters times psi rating.
So 20 meters.
Yep.
This thing's bigger than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 50 meters across.
So if I push, I can get to 40. No, 30. Because I could push my psi rating to 4. Is that correct?
That would give you 40. Yep.
It's 40 meters.
Yep.
So I could push and get to 40 meters and then drop the grenade at an opportune moment when they move to see what's going on, and then whilst they're enjoying their pretending to be like birds and jumping off the buildings, we all hope we can storm up the other side quiet-ish without shooting until the last moment.
We can give it a go.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. I like this plan.
It's the first plan we've ever had.
Sounds good enough.
Okay.
Alright,
I love any plan that starts with let's push a psychic power.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
let's say, doesn't this automatically result in a perils of the warp? I
Yeah,
mean,
it does.
yeah. Okay. Well, can I stand very far away from you while you do this?
I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand up to the left. Okay, you guys move up on the right-hand side.
Okay, do you want me to get the Lao Taylor to start doing its thing before you start, or what?
No. Good question. How about you get it around there and then put it on a timer to start hailing, and then I will conduct my skill as it starts hailing, because it shouldn't take me long, if it does come off, for me to move that grenade over to where it needs to be and drop
Okay.
it.
Okay, let's do it.
Probably
Okay.
the time it takes for them to move to that part of the wall.
Okay, so first things first, you need to make the psychic power test, which is a plus 20 willpower test. Now you can invocate first because you have a psi focus.
I certainly will be.
Yep.
I grab a hold of my lighter, rub it lovingly with my
Actually,
thumb.
Mike, so is it still an invocation? Is it an invocation test? I'm just trying to remember.
There is.
Oh,
I think it's just a flat because you have the psi.
It's a flat bonus to your roll to have the psi focus, isn't it now?
Yeah. I don't actually have to. It's not an
Just a
action.
plus
Yep.
10.
Yeah, plus 10. Okay, so you've got a willpower plus 30.
You can do it.
Oh,
That's impressive.
Would you like to fate point that?
so I'm at
Yes.
45. So yes, I will fate point that, sir.
Come on. Oh!
What?
Okay,
And double.
here is the good news. When you push, there is no phenomena on a double.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So you can take that one and try again.
Yep.
Do you feel lucky?
Yeah, if I yeah, do I feel like I have the fate points to use?
Well, you've got to give it another go because that Loudtail is starting off in a couple of rounds.
Okay, how about this? Who's got the best ballistic skill? Because
Probably
I've got a
I have
like
30.
I've got a oh really? Oh dear, that's not
None of us are
Terribly.
particularly shooting.
I have 35.
okay. Why don't instead of you floating this grenade, why don't we just use my auxiliary grenade launcher? This seems like a much safer idea.
Really a good idea.
Give me that. Give me that.
Okay.
Ballistic skill.
Yeah, plus 10. Oh, have you got basic weapon training?
No, I have Laz. I only have Laz training, so it's half. Oh, sorry, it's not half. It's
Minus 20.
Minus 20.
minus 20.
You're
I'm
better
down
off
to
with the
15.
telekinesis.
I'm down to 15, so maybe
You're
somebody
better off
else
with
should
the
use it
Alright,
if you're better
well-
than 15.
None
I've
of us
got-
will have better than
I've got
15.
basic weapon Laz, so I can do that.
Alright, and can you not aim, maybe?
Yeah, I can do that.
Give a plus 10, throwing it out there.
Plus 20. So I'm going to spend a full action aiming, and then I'm going to wait for Mike's little head to go shouting off
Yep,
into.
okay. No worries. It begins to do that. Take your
It
shot.
starts singing praises to the Emperor.
All right, so that they start moving.
Yes. To go see what that's all about.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, fate point. Goodness me. Oh, why am I so bad at this game?
Why are we all so... We just don't shoot.
Okay,
It
much
scatters.
better.
It's okay. It can still not.
all right. Scatters 1d10 meters, doesn't it?
Yep.
2 meters.
Okay, I'm gonna say that's effectively where you won't be anyway, so that's fine.
Because it's a gas. So excellent.
Spread out now. Let's see. Let's go for the fun of hallucinant grenades. Okay, that's right. I need the hallucination trait.
Come on, they all think they're birds and they want to jump off high places and fly.
I hope so. It's page 146.
Yeah, I've got it
FYI.
here. Okay, so must make a test on the table. So I'm going to group them as I'm going to say that of the 15 guys, that 10 have gone there, and for the ease of sake, I'm going to do them as just 2 groups of 5.
Minion groups?
Okay, so the first thing, yep, is their toughness test. So one group actually passes the toughness test, the other fails.
Damn it.
So the group that fails, they become filled with burning rage and a desire for violence. The character
Oh,
becomes
that
frenzied
is
to the
not-
directly
That's
effect and
lovely.
must attack the closest opponent.
Yes. Wait, opponent.
Yes, unfortunately.
Couldn't it be
Not us.
closest person in general?
Quick,
the
fly
other
away.
five? The other
So they
five?
start opening up with gunfire on the servo scar.
Yeah. Well, what happens is, and at this point, once all the gunfire and shouting starts, Crimson and his group sort of yell, kill them all, and they all start rushing on as well.
I'm going to say this is a perfect time for a distraction, and we should take advantage of this.
Yep. Let's scramble up there.
Yep, they're doing their job. We're now going to fade away into the distance.
Okay. What, you're leaving?
No. Now we'll get up there and get into that trapdoor.
We're getting back on the barge and turning this around.
yeah. Yep. Exterminatus. Done.
Okay.
I'm out.
Nice. Okay, so you guys dive down through the trapdoor. I'm happy to wave that's what happens. So, you basically make your way through a number of corridors beneath the trapdoor, effectively what would have been previously ventilation shafts.
Yep.
And you drop down into a central chamber, which I will bring up here.